XYZ. Let the nipples be free. It's about. Oh. We're getting the corn heirloom real quick. Communist! This is a message to Generation Zalpha. Whatever's left of us in Gen Z and the incoming Generation Alpha. Look, I mess with these homies heavily. Chop it up with them a good amount. I got family in them. Play a lot of video games with them. Some of my best Apex teammates are like a decade younger than me, and also some of the funniest homies that I know. They have an interesting perspective on life, a willingness to fight resistance. They're looking for purpose, which is a pendulum that we needed to get swung in that direction for a number of years. They're very tapped into technology, especially AI, and it's not going anywhere either, and they're better than us at using these sort of things. And they're also the ones that are most affected by it, be it the education system or the job market coming up. I don't know how that's going to change in the next 5 to 10 years. The verbal abuse from them is kind of hysterical. They're pretty quick on their feet with it. Although the words and lingo could use some work. Let's get into that before we get into the glazing of the video, because I'm going to do a good amount of that. So long as I have like 2 years left before I reach complete UNC status, I feel like it's part of my duty to govern some of the words that we're starting to come up with here, okay? You know, we can't be leaving a horrible footprint for the next guys to come in. Back in my day, we used to come up with silly things to call something stupid, cool, insult somebody. And we had a good role. I understand that it's difficult to read books nowadays. It's not as entertaining as watching a YouTube video. But we got to have a little bit of a grasp on what's falling out of our mouth these days, right? It's getting a little weird. So let's get into it. Talking about like 2015 era, we got Gump, that's filthy, you're nasty, what up fam, this is lit. Liking this, okay? Decent. I was part of that too. So, you know, we could have done a little bit better. But I will say 2019 rolls around and we're getting pretty good over here. I like this. We got, that's live, cracked. This is gas. You're a simp. That's goated. What else? Ratchet, slay. All right, we're doing God's work here. I'll give it to you. Like 2023 era to now rolls around, and what in the skibbity riz is this is getting very sus. Talking about people's gats while we're gooning and edging. Come on, that's creepy. That's not unique or cool or funny or fun. It's creepy. And it's creeping me out, and it's creeping the ladies out. If I have to hear my cousin mix any one of these in his statements again, I'm going to crash out and cook his entire bloodline. And I'm not that much more literate than him, honestly, if any, but enough. I will say that the complete misusage of parentheses has me rolling as of late. Those are getting me pretty good. So more of that. Keep that coming. Let's just reel it in a little bit. No more recycling. Let's get unique again, okay? Let's start to get very creative with how we belittle people. These younger generations have this will to push back against the power and the resistance. I don't know where this blind confidence came from, but I'm glad that they've got it, because it's about time that somebody spoke up and the pendulum swings the other direction. Generations preceding them, including mine, have failed them. We didn't have any sort of basis to throw punches back. We were more worried about making sure that our futures and careers were set up for success. Our parents were worried about making sure they got a good house with a good interest and they could successfully raise a family with the income that they've got to be able to afford college maybe for some of their kids. And we want to make sure that the careers that we pick and the majors that we pick in college would set us up. We weren't thinking about how this was such a jaded and misaligned system with our morals and what humans are good at. This content abundance, I think, is going to backfire in due time. Right now, it's doing its toll and sedating and entertaining us for a good amount of time. But people aren't stupid. And the kids especially aren't stupid because they pick up on things fast. And you know what they're picking up on really quick? They're picking up on the fact that the system is very misaligned. They're recognizing that the system doesn't respect them, so why would they respect it? They're witnessing the toxicity and the wrongdoings that it's caused their family and friends for a number of years. And I feel horrible that they're witnessing this at a young age. You know, their spirits are getting attacked, and they're having to carry burdens that no kid this age should have to carry. They're worrying about, there's 14-year-olds making self-improvement videos on YouTube. Buddy, oh my gosh, like, I'm so, like, fuck, man. We do need these vigilantes, but I feel horrible for them. They're the only ones that have the willingness, the know-how, and the willpower to do it. They unanimously have been exposed to the evil of the world, and they're gonna fight back. It's only a matter of time. We have to be here to support it too. I care so much because, of course, no one asks to be born, but usually it's a gift and you have fun when you're a kid. But they surfaced at a very inconvenient time, or very convenient for technology, however you want to slice it. They got tossed into a hellscape that, frankly, I don't think any generation would be prepared for. No one would understand how to wrestle with the things in front of them and deal with the turmoils that they've got to. Forgive them for not wanting to swim upstream their entire life, especially witnessing what it's done to their peers, friends, and family. It's not like we paved any sort of road for them. They'd be dumb to follow in the same footsteps that we did. They're fighting tooth and nail to try to create their own. These kids are wrestling with their purpose before they turn 13. They're trying to figure out how to become a millionaire by the time they graduate high school. Sure, it's like a decent goal to have, but oh my god, at what cost, man? I understand it gets worse before it gets better, but how long is it going to take? I know all of us, or at least a good amount of us, have heard all those tales about those on their deathbed when the clock strikes 12, that all they wish they had done was that they lived a more fulfilling life for themselves and spent more time with their family and did things that they enjoyed, as opposed to going to work on time and making sure they got that project done for their boss. But also, we got to have grace in the sense that they were just doing what they thought was right, providing financial security and stability for themselves and for their family and generations after them. It sucks that they cope with the sense that, I didn't have to worry about all that. I just worked. Great. Are you happy? Cool. You're not happy. No one is happy now. So where does that leave us? There's always a silver lining. 999. Do your thing, flip it, and reverse it. Seriously, though, if I was them, I understand that this technology blow up 2.0 is scary, but if you can take advantage of it, you can use it and abuse it. Play ball, but keep your wits about you. Keep your head screwed on tight. As far as 9 to 5s go, pick up a skill that you learn that you're good at in school and use that as leverage in job interviews. They're going to use you, so use them right back. Be maliciously compliant. Do your job. It'll be okay. Utilize AI as your personal assistant. It's an extension of you, nothing more. Don't be afraid of it. You can find AI tools for X and Y, and if those tools don't exist, you can ask it to create them for you. People are doing this now. Writing softwares to create their own apps that'll do their job for them. It's wild. And finally, your brain. Try to maintain or carve out more grooves if you can. I know we're getting a little bit smooth up there these days, myself included. We're not alone. But this is what they're coming after at the end of the day. They're coming after your attention span. Don't let them. Hang on to your belief system. If you stand for something, hold on to it. Luckily, it's hard for them to accomplish this, even if you fight back just a little bit. It's not important anymore who agrees with you or disagrees with you. What's important is that you protect yourself, look after yourself, your friends, and your family.